will understand. Welcome to Fast Start Section 1. I'm Brett Gregory, and I'm so excited you're here, and we're going to start right out of the gates with the highest impact thing that you can possibly do, where we're really helping you find your customers with maximum efficiency. And that starts out with the absolute most important thing, which is goal setting. And when I say goal setting, sometimes people get a little confused. How is goal setting the most important thing to getting customers? Well, the most important thing that I've discovered, particularly on Facebook, in getting customers is to align your goals with your higher purpose. And what we've found and what we've discovered is by aligning our business goals with our life's purpose, that has been the most efficient way for us to attract customers and attract the right kind of customers that we want to. You might say, well, what do you mean? Well, when your business goals and your personal goals are perfectly aligned, you create maximum leverage with your time because you can easily attract your tribe and your customers. And that helps you provide valuable services to your perfect customers, because when you're totally aligned, it feels effortless and is ultimately fulfilling. And let me give you an example. When I had originally started my course, Attract Customers Now from Facebook, we were calling it Double Your Likes in Days. And I thought I can just help anybody out there who wants help with Facebook. And what I discovered is that I could help some people a lot more than others. And what I ultimately found out is the people who were what I call enlightened entrepreneurs, people who are making your business, leveraging your business to make the world a better place, to help other people. Those of you, I can help much, much more than someone who is just focused on profits. And because I have aligned my business goals with helping people who are dedicated, helping entrepreneurs who are dedicated to helping other people, I've been able to align my business goals with my life's purpose, and I've been able to help so many more people as a result of this. We've literally helped entrepreneurs, enlightened entrepreneurs, do now millions of dollars of sales because of this perfect alignment. So this is no small thing. So make sure when we're talking about goals, if we align our business goals with our life's purpose, I found it to be maximum leverage. And one of the ways that you start this, and the fastest ways to do this, is to ask yourself this question: how will your business make a difference? Now, when I was trying to just help anybody with Facebook marketing, I started thinking, well, if I'm helping some people earn more money, that's making a difference. But then I started to think, well, are those people helping other people, or are they just making money? And when I started to ask this question, I started to realize, okay, I need to have a purpose. I have since made it my purpose to help enlightened entrepreneurs attract conscious customers now. And if that is my purpose, I will be able to help so many more people. Because if I can help 1 million enlightened entrepreneurs, and they in turn each help 10 or more other people, that's 10 million people that I can make a positive impact on their lives. So the first question for you is, how do you help others? And as it relates to your business, since you're an enlightened entrepreneur, what kind of customers were you truly meant to serve? And this one is really, really important, because there's lots of people out there that you can help. But who are the ones that you really, truly, absolutely resonate with? The ones that you can do the most good for, that you can make the happiest, they make you happy, and they're glad to pay you well for your services. Now the next question is, what if, depending on your type of business, if you're in a high-intensive service business, what if 10 new customers invested in your product or service? How much money would you make? If you have maybe a less intensive, more product-focused kind of business, what if 100 new customers bought your product? What if 10,000 new customers brought your product? Now, if you're in a service-intensive business, it's hard to get 10,000 new customers. But if you're selling a book, if you're an author, it's not that hard to get 10,000 new customers. It's a lot more possible. But the big question is, what difference will your business make in the world? And if you haven't thought about this, being able to articulate this as well as you can literally make the biggest difference in your business, not just in the world. What do you stand for? Who do you help? What is the difference that your business is going to make in the world? If you are able to articulate this, and you can let this come through in your Facebook page, and this can come through in your marketing, you will attract the right kind of customers. If you deliver value day in and day out to the right kind of, and articulated to the right kind of customer, you will attract the right kind of customer. Now, the next question for you is, what is your undeniable value? Your undeniable value. So the value that you can absolutely create for people and put out there in the world. When we started our wellness community in Costa Rica, we determined very succinctly that our undeniable value was that we were going to, and we still are in process of doing this, we are going to help people heal from within. And the reason why we're going to do this is because I lost my brother to lung cancer, and I decided after that happened in 2006, I dedicated my entire life to helping other people to be able to heal from within. You can fly down to Costa Rica to our wellness community, and you can heal from within so that no one who wanted to avoid it would have to go through what my family went through in watching the kind of suffering that happens from losing a loved one to cancer. So that is an undeniable value. Now, I could have just said as we communicate our value to people that we just help everybody get healthy. Okay, well, that's cool. That's one way to say it. But what I found is what makes the biggest difference in business is communicating the biggest difference that you make in people's lives. And that is your undeniable value. And so now in my current business, it's Facebook marketing. And again, I could just say, hey, I'm a Facebook marketer. But instead of saying I'm a Facebook marketer, what I say is I help enlightened entrepreneurs attract conscious customers now so that you can have more time, money, and freedom in your life. That is totally different than just saying I'm a Facebook marketer. And when you are able to articulate your undeniable value, it starts with what is the difference that you're going to make in someone's life? What is the difference that you're going to make in someone's business, depending on what you do for them? And an easy way to figure this out is to go back and look at your customers and find the customer who you were able to do the most good for, and pick your number one customer. You say, go back and look at them all and say, here's one customer that stood out from the rest. I was able to do the most good for them, and ask yourself the question, what did I do for that customer? And what did I do for their life? What did they accomplish with my product or services? How did that specifically impact the different areas of their life? How did they feel once they experienced this transformation? So, one of my clients is Gina DeVee, and she's an awesome coach for women in business and women entrepreneurs. And I helped her with her Facebook marketing, and then she then went on to really take this to the next level. And just in 2013, mostly through her Facebook page, I said she got about 90% of her customers through her Facebook page, she was able to enroll 150 women in her $10,000 coaching program, close to $1.5 million. And the transformation that is making in her business and her life, and I don't take responsibility for all of that. She's an amazing businesswoman. I just helped her with her Facebook strategy. And the transformation that she was able to embody after this has been nothing short of amazing. She travels all over the world, and she'll spend time she goes to fashion school in Paris now, and she goes, lives in Switzerland and travels all over the world. And so the transformation that she was able to experience was fantastic. So I want you to be able to articulate your undeniable value. And then the next question are very simply, who are your customers? And in session 4, we're going to go very deep into creating a customer avatar where you're actually going to interview your customers. But for now, what I want you to do is say, what are the common attributes of your customers? So the demographic stuff is really easy. This is kind of the very, very basic. Age, location, occupation. What's much more important, though, are the needs, wants, and aspirations. And what's even more important than that, or I would say most important, are their biggest problems, pain, frustration that they are willing to pay for now. And in lesson number 4, you're going to get a customer avatar spreadsheet, and part of your exercises will be to actually go out and interview your best customers, and so that you can hear it directly from their mouths, what are their biggest problems, pains, and frustrations that they're willing to pay for now. But what I want you to do first off is just to start, write them out. What do you think your customers' biggest problems are, their pain and frustrations? And remember, you now are in the business of solving problems. People are far more willing to pay to have help you solve, for you to help them solve a problem, than they are to even go on the other side of the coin and get the aspiration or the things that they ultimately want to have. It's so if you're in the business of solving problems, you will always have customers. So the goals now of building your tribe. Very simply, let's be clear about something. We've been able to grow 3 Facebook pages to a combined 2 million likes. But Facebook, the number of Facebook likes by itself is really not an important number. They're called I call it a vanity statistic. So it's really not that important of a number. However, you do want to have some way to measure. You need to have some goals. You need a roadmap. You need to know where you're going to know if you're on the right track. And so one very simple way is to write down, how many Facebook likes do you want to get in the next 30, 60, 90 days? And then I want you to go out a little further, 6 months, 1, 3, and 5 years. And the important part about this is don't allow a realistic justification to hold you back. So I had one client who said, I want to get 100 new likes in 30 days. And I'm like, well, you probably have 100 friends that you could call and like your Facebook page, and you know, I'll show you some really cool techniques how to do that. But I don't want you to allow a realistic justification to hold you back. This is where you go big and write down what you really want. That's number 1. Goal number 2, I want you to write down, how much new traffic to your website do you want this to generate? Because one of the most important things that we do in Facebook marketing is to get our customers off of Facebook. Because what we've discovered is that there are some ways to get people to purchase your products from Facebook, but for the most part, I would say 95% of our success in turning browsers into fans and fans into customers has occurred off of Facebook, and it's occurred on our website, and it's occurred over the phone, and it's occurred in person. So make sure to write down, number 2, how much new traffic to your website do you want those Facebook likes to generate, because that's a more important number to focus on. And then the next part of our Fast Start goal setting is to grow your business. So question 1, what is one new customer worth to your business? If you're selling a $200 product, or do you sell a $1,000 a month service, what is one new customer worth to your business? Number 2, what is your average customer worth? And these may be the exact same number, or they may be 2 completely different numbers. I have some, I sell all the way from a $7 or a $9 ebook all the way up to a $15,000 high-end one-on-one coaching package. So one new customer is not my average customer. Number 2, what is your average customer worth? Now, question number 3, you may or may not currently know the answer to this question. What is your current conversion rate? So what do I mean by that? Well, how many people do you have to talk to before you get one new customer? How many people have to visit your website before you get one email address. So in this case, the customer conversion, what we're talking about is how many people that you actually talk to convert one customer. Do you have to talk to 10 people to get one customer? Do you talk to 3 people to get one customer? I know if you're using Facebook correctly as the largest word-of-mouth marketing platform in the world, you might even have as high as a 50% conversion rate. Some people say they have even higher than that. But we need to know what that is so that we can figure out how to write down our goals. So finally, how many new customers do you want to get in the next 30, 60, 90 days, and so on? So do you want to get $4,000 in new sales in the next 30 days? Do you want that number to be 9,000 in the next 90 days? What do you want to have? And what we're going to do is take that number and work backwards so we can figure out how many new sales will come in those time frames. So you could say if you want in the next 90 days to make an additional $10,000 and you sell a service for $500, we know that you need to get 20 new customers in the next 90 days to bring in $10,000 in new sales. So we need to get these numbers down. You need to get these numbers down so that we can back into setting our goals and figuring out exactly how to achieve them. So right now, please write down how much do you want in new sales over the next 30, 60, 90 days. I want you to also put in 6 months, and then I also want you to put in 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. And this is where you can start to map out how is your business going to grow over these time frames looking forward into the future. This is the most important thing that we can do to help our business grow, is to know where we are going so that we can back into it and get there. So go ahead and do that exercise right now, and we will see you in the next section.